Alright, this is going to be a quick video showing you how to set up the scissor type knurling tool. First thing you're going to do is you're going to loosen the tool post, and then you're going to square it. Now, I'm choosing to use the face of the tailstock spindle to gently press against the backside of the tool post, and then when there's perfect alignment, I'll go ahead and I'll tighten the tool post. Now, you're going to see I'm going to pull kind of hard. You need to make sure you get those tool posts tightened, but don't use all your strength. Next thing is I got to load up my knurling tool and then get it on center. This type of knurling tool doesn't require a high level of accuracy on centering, but get it close. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just eyeball it to the actual part, the center line of the part, that is. And there's a little pivot point or stud in the tool that I'm going to align to the center of the part. And you'll see here in a second when I run the carriage over. So that's the guy that I'm going to be centering. You see, I unlock the tool post. It looks good. I run down the adjustment nut and then I lock it. Next thing we need to do is set the opening width for the knurling jaws. So what I recommend to do is to completely back the adjustment nut all the way off until the knurling tool can go all the way over the top of the part. Now, I'm going to pinch it together with my hands, and I'm going to move the carriage back off the top dead center, and then I'm going to run the adjustment nut back down until it makes contact with the holder. So that's set up, and I just really need to adjust the RPM and my feed rate. I'm going to post that on the screen, the feed rate and the RPM. Now I'm going to go ahead and start the spindle. I'm going to come up and make contact with the part. You will feel this in the handle, meaning there will be resistance. Now I've ran it in and I can tell I'm on the center or top dead center of the part, and my knurling tool is not giving me a perfect indentation. So I actually closed my jaws together, and now I'm coming back in and I can see that I'm getting a perfectly square knurl. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the spindle back on, engage the power feed, and I'm going to start using our machining coolant to help keep the knurling wheels clean and give us a nice knurled part. So as you can see, knurling really is not that hard with this type of knurling tool. Just make sure that you follow those steps, and that's the result that you're looking for. Well, that went pretty fast, so I figured I would show it again. In this setup, I'm going to actually use the end of a face part to square up the tool post. But remember, the part has to be squared or faced square. Do remember to give that wrench a good firm pull, because there's a lot of rotational torque that's applied to that stud when the knurling process begins. Notice that I am only using the outermost set screws, which is totally fine as long as you torque them properly. Now with that 6mm metric Allen key wrench, you'll see I just push on the end of the wrench, and I'm looking for a certain amount of deflection or bending of the wrench, and then I know I am adequately torqued. Lining up for your center line is actually even easier after your part's been faced, because you can see the natural center of the part. And then getting your knurling wheel opening adjustment. Again, it's pretty straightforward. Open the tool further than it needs to be, hold it closed with your fingers, back off center line, and then run down the adjustment nut. I kind of zoomed in my little picture-in-picture view. I accidentally left the spindle at maybe 700 RPMs, which is way too fast, so I drop it down to 100 and turn it on. So here I come, I feed in, I engage the part, I stop, I take a peek, and then I turn it back on, and I'm just grabbing the cross slide handle and giving it about a quarter turn. I don't really get too precise when I'm doing this. Everything looked good, so I turned the spindle back on, engage the power feed, and again, use coolant. Make sure the bottle's full so you don't start getting air bubbles like I just did. And you'll see you can back the cross slide off the part without it spinning, but actually I don't do that. I just zoom in instead. So yeah, anywho, another good result on a knurl. If you do everything correct in your setup, you should be able to get good results like this.